Welcome to The Know, I'm Meg Turney, and if you think your user review for Call of Halocraft 19 is going to make a huge difference, well, think again, because according to a recent study by the Journal of Consumer Behavior, user reviews for video games just don't matter as much as professional video game reviews. But don't worry, we still read all of the comments and care about what you have to say. Yes, we read all of them. The study, which was published earlier this month, claims that at the end of the day, word of mouth just isn't as important as review scores from major review outlets. The researchers saw that a 10% lift in review scores can affect video game sales by as much as 18%. Now, this is especially surprising considering that we live in a world of subreddits, tweets, vlogs, etc., with more people getting their reviews from streamers and online personalities than professional video game critics. The data may depend on age, however. The research indicates mature gamers are much more discerning in their choice of which games to buy, and that they perhaps pay greater attention to professional critics than younger gamers do. This could be because they have less free time, so they want to make sure they don't waste it by playing a low-quality game. So if you're young, you've got more time to play all the bad games you want, while the rest of us die, one day at a time. While this data certainly is interesting, it eventually finds a way to go way off the rails by suggesting that developers and Metacritic work more closely together. It recommends that publishers make increased use of Metacritic scores when forming contracts with development studios, similar to a performance-related pay agreement. This better aligns the incentives of both parties and might help ensure that developers prioritize the quality of gameplay experience over other factors. Yeah, we've actually seen some of that before, and it really never turns out too well. Just last year, Bungie allegedly missed out on a $2.5 million bonus from Activision for the Metacritic score of Destiny, even though the game sold super well. Likewise, Matt Burns of Shade-Grown Games wrote back in 2008 that publishers try to focus on making games that reviewers tend to like, just to up the Metacritic score, which limits creativity in gaming and leads to publishers not taking risks. So yeah, let's file that one under a big bad idea. Random research dudes, if I can call you that. It should be no surprise that not everyone agrees with the study, of course. In an ESA report released earlier this year, the Entertainment Software Association concluded that only 3% of gamers surveyed said that professional reviews played a part in what games they bought, while 11% said word of mouth was the most important factor, followed closely by pre-order bonuses and the inclusion of cats in the game's marketing. Just kidding about those last two, of course, but I really would love cats in more games. Wouldn't everyone else? But surely this focus on big publication reviews isn't the case for all games. I mean, what about Steam, which puts its user reviews front and center? That's a bit more tricky now, of course. While Steam reviews can majorly turn the tide for small releases, GamesIndustry.biz crunched some of the data last year that indicated that neither player reviews on Steam nor Metacritic seem to have much of an impact on sales. So really, I mean, nobody seems to know whether or not reviews matter, except for, of course, game reviewers who I'm pretty sure think they're important. With so many conflicting studies about this, it makes you wonder how much confirmation bias is part of the video game reviews and whether or not people really make up their minds about a game long before the game's even released. I mean, it could be argued that gamers are essentially just waiting for a review score or a negative comment to echo what they've already assumed about a game, good or bad, and that it doesn't really affect their purchasing decisions. It seems that even though gamers overall tend to trust reviewers less, they still want to see how their most anticipated games fare on release day. Now, if we could only look into the mind of every SSJ4 Halo god, see if he really intends to cancel his Battlefront pre-order based on reviews, or if he even had the game pre-ordered to begin with, we might have a clearer picture here. So what do you guys think about this study? Do you find reviews overall helpful, or do you listen to your friends? What makes you decide to buy a game? Let us know everything in the comments down below. Don't forget to stay informed about game reviews and all that good stuff. Like and subscribe so you can know what we know and be in the know on this show. Heart you? Well, think again, because according to a recent study, Well, think again, because according to a recent study, recent study.